Hello, my name is Nick. I'm married. I've also got a 2-year-old boy who's teething at home at the moment, so it's really good to be here. I do have some good news, though, for you. About 5 days ago, my wife rang me, and I actually haven't even told my family this, so this is exciting. After many months of trying, we have a new addition, and we've finally found the couch that fits the theme of our house. Yeah, we are over the moon. Well, I haven't seen it yet, but when I do, it's really going to fit that Scandinavian theme that we both decided on.
I love it.
Oh, that is so right. I thank you so much for your company this morning. He comes up with a whole heap of the funny gags for 7 days. He's the 4-time winner of Best Comedy MC for the New Zealand Comedy Guild, and he recently performed to a sold-out show at the Sydney Opera House. We have with us now multi-award-winning writer, MC and stand-up comedian Nick Rado. Great to have you with us.
No worries. Thank you. Yeah.
I love what you do there, because it's so dry, but you're so right about the choosing the Scandinavian furniture together, because it's always us. We're the ones that always do it.
Yeah, we don't. Like, my important role is sometimes when you don't know what you want in life. I play a very important role in that when it comes to choosing our furniture. So I'll often say, "Can I have this in our house?" And she'll say, "No." And it's just a great system we have.
It sounds spot on.
The perfect system.
Yeah, exactly.
Your publicist sent us some fun facts about you, so we thought we should go with them.
Okay.
And there's more on the website too. There's a whole lot of genius stuff here. First up, Jerry Springer gave you the best advice you've ever had.
So I was, yes, I met Jerry Springer, very lucky to meet him. He basically said to me that there is always a Jerry Springer show in all of us. So what he means by that, so on his show, he said it was like 80% sort of truthful, 20% written. So what they did was they got the people in, and it was his job to draw out the Jerry Springer show in them. Wow. So he'd be like, oh, if someone had an affair or whatever, and he goes, well, what would escalate that over each ad break? And he'd go, if that person had an affair, then bring that person in, we'll meet him, we'll let them chat and stuff like that. But his advice was, yeah, there's a Jerry Springer show in all of us. And so that makes us all on a level playing field. So yeah,
I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
And good for a comedian too, I guess. Great advice for a comedian.
Absolutely, yeah. Just tell it all on stage.
That's right. Okay, well, speaking of big names, fun fact number 2, you were the executive producer for Heart Radio Breakfast Show in London with Emma Bunton. Baby Spice. Yeah. What is she like?
She's fantastic. She's really great. The only thing is she's not the most intelligent of all the spices, I think I would say. It's quite harsh.
Thin ground, you're
That's a tough competition.
You can probably now know why I got fired. But so I met her. We went to the place, this place called the Ivy for lunch. It was a very flash place in London, and all the breakfast crew got there. And this is the first time we met. We all ordered lunch. And we all ordered food. That was great. And then Emma Bunton said to the waiter, and this is a true story, she said, you know the corn-fed chicken? Can I have that, but without the corn? But this is the power of Emma Bunton. No one said anything.
I bet.
Everyone just went, sure, you can have that. And then the waiter had to go out to the kitchen and then come back from the kitchen and just go, certainly, Miss Spice. Oh, I didn't say Miss Spice, Miss Bunton. She said, certainly, Miss Bunton, you can have that. And I was like, wow.
Can I have the grass-fed beef, but without the grass?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's so cute.
Exactly. So that was but yeah, she was absolutely lovely to me. And from a wee boy from Porirua meeting, Emma Bunton, it was just, she
but
was
you got
really
fired.
Great. I got fired because I was concentrating more on my comedy and then their writing jokes for them.
Their comedy. That old chestnut.
Yeah, that's what I say anyway.
Okay, another fun fact. You played on the same piano as the artist formerly known as Prince just weeks before he passed away. So tell us that, because that sounds quite intriguing.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to say it wasn't me. That was the result of his death.
Right.
But I opened for Danny Boy on his New Zealand tour.
Oh, yeah.
And we played at the ASB Theatre, which is where Prince played 2 days before. But they hadn't moved out the piano that obviously he warmed up on in his dressing room. And so Danny was like, Nick, I can't just be in this room by myself with this fantastic piano piano played by Prince, we have to just sort of sit and have a beer and play it. It's to say that we've done that. And so me and Danny Boy can't play the piano, so we just played chopsticks on one of the greatest pianists, musicians of our time.
Good story. Good story.
Too.
You farted in front of Mariah Carey?
Yes. So
one of
again,
your moments.
One of my finest moments. Again, I was a massive fan of Mariah Carey growing up, and got to meet her at this London radio job. And it was all sort of hectic, lots of interviews going on, and for whatever reason, I farted. But here's the thing, Mariah Carey didn't realise it was a fart. She said, "Sorry, what was that?" And so this was like, well, do I own up?
What do you do? Yeah.
Well, I just had to come up with a question that sounded like my fart. So I just went, "Have you ever been to Prague?" And she was like, "No." And I said, "Oh, that's interesting. I thought that they said that on your sheet." So anyway, next question. So I kind of got away with it, but yeah, it was horrendous at the time. Yeah.
That sounds like the dream gig, though. Here you are on the other side of the world, as you said, from New Zealand, and basically spending every day with these huge stars.
Oh yeah, huge. Because we were in Leicester Square, so all the big movie premieres were going to be in Leicester Square. So they'd always pop up to Heart, and they also own Capital and the big London radio stations. So we'd always get Hugh Jackman would come up, and all these different people, and we'd just be like, "Hi."
Hi.
Yeah, pretend like we're not, big, massive fans of them, going, "I'm sure we can fit you in for an interview."
I suppose you can pop on in.
Yeah.
You've now written, though, over 150 episodes for TV3's 7 Days. So you write the comedy. So basically, when we see Di Henwood and them being funny, not always their own jokes. You're the one who's putting those in their mouths.
Hey, listen, come on. They're very funny people in their own rights. So we have like a skeleton thing. So I write all Jeremy Corbett's jokes
because he's
down
not
there.
funny. Sorry, Jeremy.
I feel like another firing is coming on. Jeremy Corbett stuff. We sort of write because he needs to basically pull together this amazing, crazy show. He needs to stop down that banter with a really good classic one-liner that summarises the whole story, but also keeps the flow of the show going. And with regards to the other guys, they're fantastic. They do all their own stuff pretty much. And the part of the buying into the show and being on the show is just to prepare you for the week, but you don't really know what's going to happen to you. So
well, and honestly, it is one of the best shows in New Zealand history. I reckon it's so good. So good on you for being part of that. Speaking of shows, we better talk about your show that you're doing for the Comedy Fest. Tell us about it.
Okay, so it's called Nailed It, and it's basically my critique of myself as a husband and furniture chooser and a father. I should say the word sarcastic critique at the end of it. I definitely am not nailing it. So it's basically these funny stories, but the basic gist of it is my wife went away for the weekend, and I had to look after the kids, and I had to make a vegan Moana cake for a friend's birthday party.
Wow.
And this whole show is about... She
landed you in it.
Oh yeah, totally. And this whole show is about this thing that happened there, which is very, very funny in hindsight. Ooh. But at the time, it was terrible. But this whole show is about that.
What a great tease!
Sounds fantastic, and you have to come and see more if you want to find out about that. Hey, Nick, thank you so much.
No worries.
Nick, that was a great story. That farting one, fantastic. Nick Rado hosts the best comedy show on earth at Auckland Sky City Theatre this Sunday, 6th of May, and he then performs his solo show Nailed It in both Auckland and Wellington. You can check out the Comedy Fest website for ticket details.
Yes, have you been to Prague?